Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, the bonds of the apostles, and also great millstone, for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to the hopeful like invisible Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the heaven furnished Hebrew, by Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on the lesson. And today, you can go to the FDA approving Elon Musk to begin human trial testing dealing with the Neuralink. You can dive into 2 quick articles just to get the information at hand, as well as 2 other quick videos to go a little more in depth on what's going on, which I posted one of those videos on my channel where you pretty much had someone already take a brain implant, which I believe was similar to that of the Neuralink, where you had them once paralyzed, but now they're able to walk again. So you're going to see these devils be performing these miracles on the left-hand side through the technology, which is going to be through that corroborant, which is going to be that RFID chip, as we'll see now even the brain implant. So showing you the heavy end-time prophecy that's playing out and taking place right before our very eyes. But you still have a lot of these other camps, dealing with IUIC and a few others, still stubborn. They don't want to correct their doctrine. They want to continue to lead our people astray, and they have a lot of blood on their hands. And ultimately, they were set up to do so, to lead our people astray. A lot of these guys took the bag and sold out. But also another reason why you need to be careful and wary of who you are listening to and who your teachers are. But let's stay on the main track. Get the 2 articles out the way, and as well as dive into these other videos. And Lord's will be edifying lesson, quick to the point. And what's in you're seeing is literal prophecy, Revelation 13:16, taking place right before our very eyes, which they have been wanting to begin human trial testing for, I believe, over 3 or 2 years now, which they begin with they begun with the pigs and the monkeys, and you saw how bad those experiments were, because you had an article come out of how many monkeys died during those trials that they did, those experiments that they've done on those animals. And also goes to show how wicked these devils are. But let's stay on the main track. So Elon Musk brain implant company Neuralink approved for in-human study. Neuralink, Elon Musk brain implant company, said on Thursday it had received a green light from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to kickstart its first in-human clinical study, a critical milestone after earlier struggles to gain approval. Musk has predicted on at least 4 occasions since 2019 that his medical device company would begin human trials for a brain implant to treat severe conditions such as paralysis and blindness. Now I'm going to play a quick video just to showcase that, which you've seen already. I posted on my channel, but we'll play right here.
This is incredible footage of the moment a paralyzed man walks for the first time in 12 years, using just the power of his thoughts. The Dutchman broke his neck in a motorcycle accident in 2011 and has been in a wheelchair.
As the scripts go into in 2 Thessalonians 2:9, lying signs and wonders. What's in to be performing these miracles on left-hand sides, we see a lot of people be deceived and tempted into hopping on board with this. But we are warning you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to not take this, or you will be destroyed. Simple as that.
Ever since. But thanks to a new groundbreaking electronic mind-reading implant, he is now able to stand, walk, and even climb the stairs by himself. You see, if you break your neck or back, it can interrupt the communication between your brain and the region of the spinal cord that controls walking. But this device essentially bypasses the damaged area by acting as a wireless bridge.
And once again, you see a lot of people see the benefits in that, because not many people are wanting to take the risk of these low chance of working surgeries to be able to walk again. So a lot of people see the Neuralink, the RFID chip, and see that it's working, or just the miracles that are being performed, and once again be deceived into taking it.
Implants are inserted in the part of the brain that controls movement. They then record the brain signals and wirelessly send them to a second implant placed in the part of the spine that controls leg movements. And almost unbelievably, just 2 days after testing, he was able to control his legs for the first time in over a decade. He says the best part is being able to stand at the bar to share a beer with his friends. This is
Now let's get one more video, just get out the way, and we'll dive into these other articles.
It has just been announced that Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip has been approved by the FDA to begin human trials. Any volunteers? Although it's not yet been revealed what new capabilities the first patients will be given. Isn't that a surreal sentence to say? Musk has said that they first intend on aiming to cure conditions like obesity, autism, depression, schizophrenia, and even allow paralyzed individuals to walk again. And then if that...
And these are the incentives that they're going to use to push on a lot of people to get them on board, to see how great it is, to see that it works.
That's successful, move on to being able to directly connect you to the devices that we use all day and control them telepathically.
But hey, it comes with a price.
And this one might be a bit further out. But he even said that it would be possible to one day communicate with one another instantly without saying a word. But if this all actually turns out successful, we're gonna have to start seriously talking about some issues. Like, would it be discrimination if a company only wanted to hire someone with a Neuralink brain chip? Would
And that's the spirit that he said that. Go back to Revelation 13:16, onto the 17th verse. How no man might... let's actually get that real quick. Don't want to butcher scripture. This is right here. It says that, and that no man might buy or sell, so if he had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. That's how they're going to force a lot of people's hands and push them into a corner to where you'll be forced to make a choice. Because you won't be able to live a so-called normal life without it. You know, because now they're going to make it to where the jobs that you have are only going to accept people that have the charagma, or to even get a job, you're going to need to have it. To go in supermarkets, to travel, to do anything, you're going to need to have that charagma. It's going to be required. You know, to even pay for bills, to do anything. You know, that's why we're going to be tried and we're going to be tested. You know, especially with Isaiah 10 and 20, we're going to be relying upon Yahweh B'Shem Shai to take care of us, to protect us, to feed us when we're hungry. Because many jakes are ultimately, or what, you ask some questions, you're dealing with, you know, how are we going to eat, what are we going to do if we can't do anything without it. Put your faith and trust in the Lord, man. Have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. But let's continue on. Or actually go back to the video, Salakia.
Advertisers be able to collect data? Would we be creating a hyper-efficient offshoot of humans that would have an unfair advantage? Do we ban them in schools? Would there even need to be schools if you had access to all information instantly? And that's just the start of it. So the question is, does today mark the start of something amazing for humanity? Or is it the beginning of the end?
You hit the nail on the head. Hey, we're nearing the end, man. This is an end time prophecy playing out right before your very eyes. IUIC and a few other Israelite camps that still want to push that the charagma is a spiritual mark, that it's sin. When you're seeing this right in front of your face. When it seems why you be wary, you got to be wary and careful who you are listening to, man. Because a lot of these guys are set to lead you astray. You know, ultimately trying to keep you here. But let's finish off with these little articles. But you pretty much got the main point on the right one, but see the left one. Pretty much going to the same thing, but get it out the way. Alright, it says Elon Musk cheers approval to test Neuralink brain implants on humans. Elon Musk cheered the FDA's approval for brain implant company Neuralink to start testing the tech on humans, but some were not keen on being part of the clinical study, calling it too intrusive. But of course, they're going to be using damage control and saying that we're not going to be able to track you, this and that, when everything about you is going to be on that C-hip. You know, just how they brand cows, just how they C-hip dogs and cats that show that they have ownership over it. This is what they're going to do to you, you know? But it goes right over Jake's head, man. You know, to show that you are their possession. But I can listen to music in my brain. I can see a hologram. I don't need to type with my hands anymore. This place is through, man. That's why once you have a lot of people that can be deceived and tempted into hopping on board with it, especially with all the celebrities, the rappers, you know, all these well-known people that are going to be used as puppets to promote this devil's agenda. As you already know how Jake is, they want to hop on the next big thing, the big wave. They're going to hop right on board with this. You know, you saw the little Uzi Vert. You have the one that had the diamond in his forehead at that time. I believe he was going back and forth on Twitter with, I believe, Elon Musk saying he can't wait for the Neuralink, you know? So these are the times that we're coming into, man. Now, so this is the result of incredible work by the Neuralink team in close collaboration with the FDA and represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people, the post said. Congratulations, the Neuralink team, Musk said in response, but you got the main point. It's time to use the little scripts I got, and Lord was edifying. Revelation 13:16-17, and that's what we're seeing literally playing out right before our very eyes. You're seeing the buildup, man. Because now they're slowly starting to, you know, usher these things in. As you already see the foundation, the infrastructure being laid out, as you see with many stores, supermarkets implementing more self-checkout aisles, moving to that digitized system. Now it says, and you call it to open small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And when you go into the blue letter, when you go into the word mark in the Greek goes into the word charagma, which is etch, scratch, showing you that it's a physical mark. And that's a cut to your other camps. As the receiver mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. We're seeing now the brain implants, Neuralink. It's right in front of you, man. It cannot get any clearer. It can't. And if you can't see it, hey, the Lord's not dealing with you, man. Put it plainly. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. As you saw what he mentioned in that video, that was a spirit right there, man. You're going to have jobs that's going to only accept people that have the Neuralink, the RFID, C-HIP, or to even apply to a job, you're going to need to have it. You know, to go to a supermarket, to travel, to leave your state, your city. That MOTB is going to be required. You know, so it goes to show just the hard times that we are coming into, but have faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, as I brought up earlier in Isaiah 10 and 20. That when these things start to happen and be implemented and pushed out, dealing with these harsh restrictions, these mandates, that's when we're take a step back and rely fully upon our God, Yahweh Shema Shai, to take care of us, to protect us, to feed us, you know? But those that want to put their faith and trust in Esau, Edom, and take the so-called easy way out, present to Isaiah 30 and 1 through 3, the trust shall be your shame and your confusion. That's going to be your downfall. Verse 17 one more time, and that no man might buy or sell save he that the mark of the name beast or the number of his name. Matthew 24 and 24. Now it says, for shall arise false anointed and false prophets. Once as I mentioned, to be careful and wary of who you are listening to, man. A lot of these guys have sold out, man. They're trying to keep you here. You know, and you can really see it too. They're not preparing Jake for what's to come, not warning you to not take this thing. You know? Matter of fact, they're ultimately promoting it, man. You know, cause what are you going to do when it's presented in front of you? Are you going to take it? You know? And that's why you have a lot of these followers that are in IUIC. You know, some of them are leaving. You know, starting to question the leadership. But let's continue on. For the sure rise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. Because they will be performing these miracles on the left hand side due to their technology, man. A lot of people will be deceived. But watch this. And so much that for a possible they should deceive the very elect. But it's not possible to deceive the Lord's men. Going to 2 Corinthians 2:11, how, lest Satan should get avenged us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We see right through what this devil is doing, man. We hope and pray that we're of that number, but let's continue on. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, another great scripture right here, and is what you're seeing happening. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Which I made a lesson a couple days ago, going to that, where they're using their brain to, type on that keyboard. And there's always been a lot of news coming out about this charagma and the MOTB. And we're saying it cannot get any clearer than what it is now. Finish off these last few scripts I got. Let's get Revelations 2:10, go into persecution that's to come if we do deny these things. But hey, fret not. Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison. So you're also seeing the things happening with these Walmarts doing, with a lot of them being turned to these martial law centers, FEMA camp centers. As I mentioned last time, Walmart being a play on words. To switch it around. Martial law. Come on. But it says, behold, the devil shall cast me into prison, that ye may be tried. And also, as I kind of made this thing going into, but you had a while back, we had this football player, go out on Twitter, saying the people that didn't take the juice and the people that are against it should be arrested and thrown into jail and fined. And look where he ended up. He ended up getting, taken out, because he took that juice, and look where it got him, But ultimately, the main point, you're gonna have a lot of people be, what's I'm looking for, riled up, for lack of better words, and be looked upon us as crazy, as not knowing for not wanting to hop on board with the things that these devils are doing. Just like you had with the mask mandates, the juice mandates. People were looking at you like you're crazy for not wanting to take it. Looking at you like you're selfish. You don't want to protect people around you, and that. These times that we're coming into and how really bad it's going to be, man. We're going to be the so-called odd ones out, the so-called black sheep. Looked upon as weird for not having that charagma, that C-hip. But let's continue on. That's ultimately the point I was trying to push across. But The devil shall cast me into prison, that ye may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So if we continue to endure, remain faithful, and believe in Yahweh Hashem Shai, there is a reward and a prize waiting for us, in that crown of life, salvation, the kingdom, spiritual power, new bodies, and more. We got to endure. But Revelation 3 and 10. Now watch this. Now it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Lord is going to give us the strength and the spirit to endure these things, man. To deny the MOTB. Because once you have a lot of people that's in this truth, that's going to bend the knee and crack under that pressure, man. You know, a lot of them have, children to take care of, a woman. You may have, your own woman try to urge you to go out and take it. So hey, we're going to be tried, man. It's not going to be easy. The trial of our faith. But I see right here, because I was kept with all my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord's going to keep us from that, man. Now I said, because I was kept with my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So everyone's going to be faced with this. Now let's get into the judgment that you will receive if you do take in this way. We're warning you through the Spirit of Yahweh to stay away from it. It's going to be a sight to see. You're going to have people lining up, to take it, man. And hey, you're seeing it playing out right before your eyes, man. You're seeing the build-up, the steps that are being taken to fully usher in this MOTB, man. But let's finish this off. Now it says, Revelation 14:9 through 10, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. You have a lot of people that try to create a loophole and say, what if I take in my left hand, since it says right hand, Revelation 13:16. Either hand, you take it in your forehead, your left hand, your right hand, you will be destroyed. It's a one-way ticket to death, man. Simple as that. As the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture. And to the cup of his indignation, he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. That fire and brimstone are going to be those thermonuclear missiles that Yahweh Hashem is going to barrage this place with. Now it says, in the presence of holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb which the Lord Yahweh Shai. Now these last two scriptures. This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Fire script. Now it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Get the NLT version. Now it says, this vision is for a future time. So it's speaking of the prophecies, man. And we're in those appointed times as written, spoken of in the scriptures, showing you that we're in those times, that we're nearing the end. Revelation 13:16 is a heavy end time prophecy, man. And you're seeing it playing out right in front of you, man. Once again, it's like I'm kind of repeating that, but hey, you got to push that point across, man. Jake is stubborn. They don't want to accept it. Especially doing a lot of the Israelite camps, man. They're proud. They don't want to admit their wrongs, man. And if they don't repent, heavy destruction is coming to them. But now it says, it finishes off right here. This vision for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in the coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. King James, for the vision at the appointed time, that the end shall speak and not lie. That would tarry, wait for it, because surely come, it will not tarry. Once again, meaning it's not delayed. But let's continue on. It is Psalm 118 and 8. Close with this right here. Now it says, it's better to trust in Yahweh Shai than to put confidence in man. Let's actually close out with Isaiah 10:20, since I brought it up throughout the lesson. But see right there, it's better to trust in Yahweh Shai, man. You have many of our people that's going to bend the knees and going to rely upon Esau, Edom, instead of putting their faith and trust in Yahweh Shai. Because ultimately Jake's impatient and Jake's unfaithful, man. But if we endure, remain faithful, and believe, the Lord's going to take care of us, man. You best believe that. Now it says, Isaiah 10:20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped to the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. So we're not going to rely upon these devils any longer. Of course, we're going to be wise and do things that we're going to do now. You want to adapt to certain things. But once they start mandating these things, that's when we're going to take a step back and rely fully upon our God, Yahweh Shai. Read one more time. And such as are escaped to the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. That's who we're putting our faith and our trust in, man. But pretty much the main point already. Just another quick update going to the MOTB. As you've seen, this prophecy being super, what's only for prevalent, if that's the correct word. Within a lot of the news and all that. Now it says prevalent, widespread in a particular area or at a particular time. But you're seeing it a lot, heavily in the news and a lot of views coming out about it. So hey, we're nearing the end, man. Just to hit that point. But Lord was edifying. Lord, I got the point across, and you were edified. I do give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kakadash, that wanted the apostles, and also great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to the whole collective of Israel, and Shalom. See you next time, Lord willing.